Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard has a new crisis on her hands. She's being booted out of her home.
Hull says she leased this home to Henyard and her boyfriend in 2021. She says the last payment came in August. She filed eviction papers last month. She says she's now owed $5,000 in back rent plus late fees.
I will be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Okay.
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
What do you do tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination?
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You will.
Leaked footage captures Mayor Tiffany Henyard being evicted from her own home, revealing a dramatic fall from grace. Once hailed as the super mayor for her leadership, Henyard's rise has now given way to a public unraveling. How did the mayor go from leading her town to losing it all? This footage offers a glimpse into her shocking downfall. It's not just the eviction. Mayor Tiffany Henyard has also lost her position as Thorne Township supervisor. Was it her reckless spending, the ongoing FBI investigation, or a combination of both that ultimately led to her downfall?
I will be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Okay.
From lawsuits to explosive public outbursts, is this the end of Tiffany Henyard's career? Or is there more scandal waiting to be uncovered? Let's dive into it. The trouble began on September 18th when court documents revealed that Henyard, the mayor of Dalton and Thorne Township supervisor, along with her boyfriend Cal Woods, were behind on their rent, $3,350 to be exact. Their landlord, Janetta Hull, claims they haven't paid since August, and she's had enough. Initially, Hull wasn't interested in going public. "I'm not the type to do this for clickbait," she said. "But right now, I feel I'm at my wit's end. I have nowhere else to turn." Hull explained that she had once considered Henyard a friend, even helping with her political campaigns, but their relationship soured in 2021 when Hull was preparing to rent her 3-bedroom home in Dalton to another family. Late one night, she received a call from Henyard, who pressured her into renting the house to her and Woods instead, despite Hull already having another family lined up. At the time, Henyard was making nearly $300,000 from her roles as mayor and township supervisor, and Woods held a high-paid position in the township as well. Yet, despite their substantial incomes, Hull says the couple stopped paying rent altogether.
A household that makes, over $350,000 a year, I'm asking for...
The situation took a turn for the worse this summer when Janetta Hull was forced to raise the rent by $200, bringing it to $2,400 a month due to rising property taxes. That's when things began to unravel. "I had to adjust the rent to reflect that increase, and Henyard said she couldn't afford it," Hull explained. Henyard and Woods refused to pay the additional rent in August, and by September and October, they stopped paying altogether. Hull said not only were they thousands of dollars behind, but they also changed the locks and the garage door code, preventing her from accessing the property. When Hull tried to resolve the issue with the locksmith, she feared Henyard might have her arrested. In late September, Hull filed for eviction, but the Cook County Sheriff's Office has been unable to serve the lawsuit, both at the property and at Village Hall. Now, Hull is relying on a process server to track down Henyard and Woods. "It's a tough position. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place," said Hull. "I haven't worked in several months and fear I may lose my house." She added that Henyard had blocked her months ago but still wanted to send a message. "At some point, karma is going to catch up to you. Just pay your rent." Despite the possibility of receiving the overdue payments, Hull made it clear she wants Henyard and Woods out of her home, which is rented on a month-to-month basis. To make matters worse, Henyard allegedly blocked inspections of the property, with a court date set for October 22nd. As the drama unfolds, the public is left wondering, how did the self-proclaimed super mayor fall so far?
I will be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your opinion?
Illegal.
Okay.
The timing of this eviction couldn't be worse for Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She is already under investigation for the misuse of village funds, with former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot spearheading the probe. To make matters worse, Dalton's general fund is reportedly facing a staggering $3.65 million deficit.
Good evening. The village of Dalton is more than $3.5 million in the hole. That's the finding of an investigation into how city officials have been spending village.
If you thought the eviction was bad, wait until you hear what happened at the Thornton Township caucus meeting. Henyard's downward spiral took a dramatic turn at this high-stakes event where her political future as township supervisor was on the line. The meeting, held to decide her fate in the role she had held since 2022, was packed with local residents, political figures, and media, all eager to witness the drama. The tension in the air was thick, and the outcome would mark another significant blow in Henyard's already troubled career. As the meeting began, Henyard appeared on edge. Dressed in a bold, hot pink pantsuit, she made a striking entrance, but her confidence quickly gave way to frustration. Her anger boiled over when she claimed that her supporters were being unfairly locked out of the venue. Henyard accused Senator Napoleon Harris of orchestrating a plot to sabotage her chances by deliberately limiting access to her backers. However, Harris's team quickly denied the allegations. An attorney representing Harris explained that the gymnasium had reached full capacity due to early arrivals and the overflow could not be accommodated. There was no evidence to back up Henyard's claims of voter suppression. It seemed Henyard was grasping at straws, trying to spin the situation in her favor, despite the clear reality around her. Inside the gym, emotions ran high as residents, many of whom were fed up with Henyard's controversial leadership, made it clear they wanted her gone. The atmosphere was chaotic, with loud voices, heated arguments, and a crowd unafraid to express their frustrations. The scene was anything but orderly, and Henyard's attempts to regain control only seemed to fuel the fire. Her protests fell on deaf ears as the attendees united in their goal to vote her out of the position she had held for nearly 2 years. The result was swift and decisive. Henyard was removed from her role as Thornton Township Supervisor in a unanimous vote. The outcome sent shockwaves through the room, though it came as no surprise to those closely following her political struggles. Henyard's reaction, however, was anything but composed. Instead of accepting the decision gracefully, she doubled down on her accusations, calling the entire process rigged. She vowed to pursue legal action against those involved, challenging what she called an illegal decision.
I will be suing everybody tomorrow. This is illegal.
This is illegal in your face.
Illegal.
Okay.
The humiliation didn't end there. As Henyard was asked to leave the premises, the gymnasium erupted in a mix of cheers and jeers. To add insult to injury, the song "Na Na Hey Hey, Kiss Him Goodbye" began playing over the speakers. The crowd sang along, turning the moment into a symbolic farewell to a leader they felt had overstayed her welcome. The song's lyrics, "Na Na Hey Hey, Goodbye," seemed to perfectly capture the mood of the event. It was a public dismissal, not only from her position, but from any remaining respect or support she had in the community.
Henyard and her slate of candidates lost that nomination. She's already saying the process was unfair.
This wasn't just about losing a position. The caucus meeting symbolized a larger rejection of Henyard's leadership and the controversies that had plagued her tenure for many residents. Her time as supervisor had been marked by questionable financial decisions, public outbursts, and a lack of accountability. Critics argued that she had become a liability, prioritizing personal gain over the well-being of the community. The unanimous vote to remove her sent a clear message: the people of Thornton Township were ready to move on. Interestingly, Henyard's removal from the supervisor role didn't strip her of her other positions. She still held the title of mayor in Dalton. But the events at the caucus meeting raised serious questions about her ability to lead. If she couldn't maintain the trust of her constituents in Thornton Township, how could she continue to govern effectively in Dalton? The fallout from this meeting would undoubtedly cast a long shadow over her political future. Now let's talk about Henyard's behavior. From shouting matches to filing lawsuits, her reactions have been nothing short of dramatic. Just before the caucus meeting, she confidently declared that she couldn't be beaten. But moments after being ousted, she threatened to sue everyone involved, calling the process illegal.
They can't beat me. If they could beat me, they would have went to the polls.
What do you do tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination?
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight.
This isn't the first time Tiffany Henyard has lashed out. Remember the October board meeting, where she showed up late and was booed by outraged residents? Or when she attempted to veto decisions made in her absence? These public outbursts have only cemented her reputation as one of America's worst mayors. But it's not just the eviction or her removal from office. Henyard's financial decisions have plunged Dalton into chaos. The Illinois State Controller cut off funding to the town after she failed to provide necessary financial reports. In one shocking instance, she spent $80,000 on a party while the town spiraled further into debt. Her misuse of funds hasn't gone unnoticed, and village trustees are now scrambling to address a $2.8 million deficit. But will these efforts be enough to undo the damage caused by Henyard's extravagant spending? Social media has been relentless, with users on platforms like Twitter calling her a disgrace. One user shared a clip of her meltdown, commenting, "Chaos erupted in suburban Chicago when Tiffany Henyard, the most corrupt mayor in America who got busted for stealing tax funds to go on lavish vacations, was voted out of office. She threw a fit while residents cheered. Now she claims the election was stolen from her." Henyard currently serves as both the township supervisor and mayor of Dalton, seemingly holding both positions to maximize her earnings and corruption. It's hard to believe she still has supporters after everything that's been exposed about her. Even her allies are struggling to defend her. Keith Price, a supporter, called the caucus meeting a fraud and accused organizers of voter suppression. But with mounting evidence against her, it's hard to see how she can recover from this PR disaster. So, what's next for Tiffany Henyard? With multiple lawsuits, investigations, and intense public backlash, her political future looks bleak. Residents like Deborah Jordan have expressed relief at her removal, calling it a much-needed change. But Henyard insists she's not going down without a fight. Will the FBI's findings lead to criminal charges? How will her eviction affect her credibility moving forward? One thing is certain, Tiffany Henyard's time in the spotlight is far from over. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks.